I didn't set out to become famous. All I wanted was a clean kitchen floor. It was a quiet Saturday afternoon in our house just outside Grand Rapids. My wife was out running errands. My daughter Lily was holed up in her room doing whatever it is teenagers do with earbuds in. And I, David Spencer, 47, proud owner of a Craftsman tool set and a Costco-sized collection of barbecue rubs, decided to be productive. Surprise the family. Maybe score some husband points. So I pulled out the mop, blasted some Journey through the Bluetooth speaker, and got to work. Somewhere between Don't Stop Believin' and Separate Ways, I started grooving. And by grooving, I mean full body, eyes closed, air guitar on the handle kind of grooving. I'm talking twirls, mop dips, a few Michael Jackson-inspired spins, which I absolutely did not stick the landing on. The mop became my dance partner. That floor didn't stand a chance. What I didn't know, what I couldn't have known, was that Lily had wandered in halfway through my little concert. She didn't say a word, didn't laugh, didn't shout, "Dad, what are you doing?" like any sane teenager would. Nope. She just quietly filmed me. From the hallway. On her phone. Then she disappeared like a ninja, probably to go post it on TikTok or whatever the new social media volcano is these days. I had no clue. Not until the next morning. It started with the gas station guy. I walked in to get coffee, same routine as every Sunday, and the teenage clerk behind the counter pointed at me and said, "Yo, you're the mop dude." I blinked. "The what?" He laughed, pulled out his phone, and said, "Hang on, let me show you." And there I was, on his screen, in glorious HD, drenched in dad energy, dancing with a mop like I was auditioning for America's Got No Shame. Caption: My dad thinks he's at a rock concert. The video had 320,000 likes. 320,000 likes. I stared at the screen like it was a photo of Bigfoot. "Where did you get this?" "TikTok. It's blowing up. You're a meme now, bro." "I am not your bro." I drove home in a daze. I might have run a red light. Who knows? When I got home, I burst into Lily's room like a detective with a warrant. She yanked out her earbuds and squealed, "Dad." I held up my phone. "Explain. Now." She bit her lip. "It was funny. You looked like you were having fun. I didn't think it'd go viral." "You didn't think it'd, Lily. I'm a trending hashtag. What if my boss sees this?" She blinked. "Your boss doesn't even know how to send an email." Touché. I should have been mad. I really should have. But I wasn't. Not exactly. Because I did look like I was having fun. And people were laughing. Not cruelly. Well, maybe a few, but most of the comments were stuff like, "This is the content I needed today," and "Mop Dad has better moves than me FR." And okay, I might have watched it 5 more times. Maybe 6. Lily looked at me cautiously. "You're not mad." I sighed. "Just, next time, ask before turning me into an internet clown." She smiled. "Deal." And that's how it started. One mop. One song. One secret recording. And one dad who had no idea the internet was about to adopt him. By Monday morning, the video had crossed 1 million views. 1 million. I didn't even know what going viral meant before this. I thought it was something that happened to computers or cruise ships. But now I was living it. Mop Dad was everywhere. Reaction videos. Duets. Someone even made a remix of me dancing to dubstep. Lily showed it to me at breakfast, laughing so hard she nearly spit out her cereal. And I'll admit, deep down, it felt kind of cool. I walked into work that morning, and 2 of my co-workers tried to do my mop move in the hallway. One threw out his back. I got 5 emails that day from extended family I hadn't heard from in years. My cousin Randy from Tampa wrote, "Didn't know you had moves, bro. Respect." Again, not your bro, Randy. At dinner that night, Lily asked, "So want to do another one?" My wife, Susan, raised an eyebrow. "Another what?" "Another video," Lily said. "People are asking for more. Dad's basically famous now." I looked at Susan, expecting her to shut it down. But instead, she gave a sigh and said, "As long as it doesn't involve fire, animals, or power tools, knock yourself out." I grinned. You heard the woman. Let's make some magic. And just like that, we became a duo. Lily started directing me like a Spielberg in training. Okay, Dad, now hold the mop like it's a sword. No, not like that, like this. Great. Now spin. No, not like a helicopter. Like a... Ugh, never mind, just spin. We filmed Grill Master Groove. Dad does disco, and even a Thanksgiving-themed one called Stuffing Shuffle. I didn't understand half the trends, but Lily was having a blast, and honestly, so was I. We laughed more in those 2 weeks than we had in months. It was the kind of quality time no parenting book could have planned. No lectures, no forced bonding. Just us being ridiculous together. I started recognizing a few usernames that kept commenting things like, reminds me of my dad. I miss him. Or, I haven't smiled like this in weeks. It hit me. Somehow this silliness was cheering people up. Bringing families together. Making strangers feel like someone, somewhere, was dancing their stress away. It wasn't about being famous. It was about connection. And just when I thought things couldn't get any more surreal, I got recognized at Home Depot. A teenager walked up to me with wide eyes and said, "Sir, are you Mop Dad?" I nodded. He gave me a fist bump. I've never felt so weirdly proud in my life. But of course, nothing on the internet stays simple for long. And things were about to get complicated. It was a Thursday evening when I first noticed something had shifted. Lily and I had just posted a new video, my grand attempt at a POV trend, which I thought stood for pot of vegetables. I filmed myself dramatically seasoning a stock pot while whispering inspirational quotes like I was the Gordon Ramsay of empathy. The internet naturally lost its mind. Overnight, it racked up millions of views. People made memes, duets. A cooking channel featured it in a top 10 TikTok dads roundup. One user commented, "This is the most wholesome fever dream I've ever seen." At first, I felt proud. It was all in good fun. But then I noticed Lily didn't seem excited. She wasn't watching the view count like usual. She didn't show me the comments. She barely said 2 words during dinner, poking at her mac and cheese like it had personally offended her. "Everything okay?" I asked. She shrugged. "Yeah, just tired." But something in her voice told me it wasn't just tired. Later that night, I overheard her talking to my wife in the living room. Quiet voices, but not quiet enough. "I didn't think it'd get so big," she said. "Now everyone at school calls me TikTok girl or Mop Dad's daughter. They don't even say my name." Susan spoke gently. "I know it's a lot, but your dad never meant to embarrass you." "I know," Lily said. "It's just, I miss when he was just Dad. Not like a character." I froze at the hallway entrance. Her words hit me harder than any viral comment ever could. A character. That's what I'd become. Not her dad, not her safe place. Just some guy with a mop and a million likes. I wanted to walk in, say something, fix it like I would a leaky faucet or a broken chair. But I didn't. Because this wasn't something duct tape could solve. Instead, I sat alone in the garage that night, mop in hand, scrolling through my own videos. Watching myself be goofy. Watching Lily laugh behind the camera. Somewhere along the way, I'd confused making memories with making content. And I knew what I had to do. The next morning, I recorded one last video. Just me in the living room. No music. No props. Just the mop and me. I didn't dance this time. I looked into the camera and said, "To everyone who laughed with me, thank you. But there's someone more important than the internet. And she's in the room next door. So this mop's going back where it belongs. Right after one last spin." And I gave it a quiet, slow twirl. No tricks. No flair. Just a simple goodbye. I posted the video with the caption, "Fame is fun, but this one's for my daughter." Then I logged out of TikTok. Permanently. An hour later, Lily came into the garage where I was tinkering with an old radio. She looked nervous. "Mom said you posted something." I nodded. "My last one." "You didn't have to stop for me," she said quietly. I put down the screwdriver and looked at her. "I didn't stop for you. I stopped to be with you." Her eyes welled up, and before I knew it, I was wrapped in a full-on teenage hug, arms around my neck, head buried in my shoulder, just like when she was 5 and thought I was a superhero. After a long pause, she mumbled, "Can we still mop dance sometimes? Just us." I smiled. Deal. But only if we play Journey. That weekend, we didn't film anything. No hashtags, no lighting setups, no planning. Just the two of us, sliding around the kitchen in socks, mops in hand, laughing until we nearly slipped and cracked our heads open. Susan peeked in, rolled her eyes, and muttered, "Lord help me," but I saw her smiling. Later that night, Lily whispered, "You know, you were never just a character. You're still my dad. Just, with better dance moves." I think that might be the best comment I've ever received. Going viral was fun. The laughs were real. The views, wild. But in the end, it reminded me of something far more important. The world may see a mop, a hashtag, or a goofy dad on a screen. But the people in your home, they see you. And that's the kind of connection that doesn't need Wi-Fi. Because in our family, we don't need the internet to go viral. We just need each other.